What's going on, everyone? I am the Kilted Cajun. Welcome back to my channel. I just got finished watching the final episode of The Last of Us on HBO Max. Hashiro and I have been reviewing it on Tuesday nights. I hope you join us this week for another episode of Dumpster Fireside Chat, where we will go into in-depth over, mostly discussing, partially discussing the Last of Us episodes, but all manner of geekdom, pop culture, all kinds of bullshit. He runs his mouth about DC. Anyway, The Last of Us, episode 9. First and foremost, before I start talking about it, I haven't talked too much individually about the episodes, but in retrospect, I probably should have, because they have all been, well, with one exception, fantastic. Episode 7 was a snooze fest. I understand what it meant to do, and I brought this up before, but it was the most improperly paced episode out of all 9 episodes. I want to essentially offer a video apology, documented apology to the showrunner, because he ran his mouth, and I made a video on him, not using some words, using some words. Anyway, Craig Mason, I want to offer him a definitive apology. He has done a fantastic job as the showrunner. I mean, it wasn't too difficult, I guess, but the additions that were made to this show have been absolutely fantastic. One of his comments was that video game deaths are less impactful than on TV shows. I believe he misspoke now after watching all these 9 episodes and witnessing the impact of each death in each episode and how they essentially made me feel. They meant something. It was part of the story. And they had an impact. Yes, I'm using impact again. Absolutely fantastic job. Kudos to, I'm giving compliments to Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann. But credit where credit is due. 100% credit where credit is due. This series, season 1, has been absolutely fantastic, regardless of what other opinions have formed on episode 3 and episode 7, and all the criticisms. I made comments about Bella Ramsey's acting after the first couple of episodes, and oh my goodness, again, was I wrong? Absolutely wrong. Her job portraying the emotions of Ellie, Ellie was going through in different parts of each episode, has just been fantastic. Bella Ramsey will be a shining star in Hollywood if she keeps this up, as long as she doesn't say stupid things. But hey, people are stupid, we say stupid shit. This episode, I have a complaint. It was very short. I'll probably get into spoilers, so here's your warning if you haven't watched it already. My number one complaint is it was short. It was very short. The actual runtime of basically things happening outside of flashbacks and outside of inside the episode. Inside the episode was 10 minutes long. So you take that off. You got 45 minutes left. It's a 55-minute runtime. Take 10 minutes off inside the episode. Take 8 minutes off for the intro. And you've got barely 35 minutes. I'm going to say 35 minutes because at the very beginning of the episode, here we go into spoilers. We have Ashley Johnson, the original voice actress for Ellie in the video games, gets to play Ellie's mother. I thought it was very appropriate. I think it was fantastic that Neil Druckmann got all the voice actors and actresses to come in and play little parts here and there. The voice actress for Joel was killed last episode. Voice actor for Tommy had his head ripped off by a bloater. Marlene got to play herself. The voice actress for Marlene got to play herself. She didn't make it. And then we have the voice actress for Ellie, got to play Ellie's mom. And it gives you a little backstory of how Ellie became immune. Ellie's mother was bit during childbirth. It transferred through the umbilical cord. That is what we're led to believe. But in this episode, well, Joel pretty much makes the same decision. It plays out pretty much just like the video game. So nothing I can say is going to be a spoiler. I think they handled it fantastically, escorting Joel down the stairs, and he he makes the decision. And one of the things Craig Mazin was saying in the inside the episode is that the decision Joel made at the end of the first game is supposedly controversial, and the way I can see it is it's only controversial if you don't have kids. If you do not have a child, if you do not have a son or a daughter, nothing else matters in the world. No one else matters. The world can burn around you as long as your child is safe in your arms. Absolutely nothing else matters. So personally, I can agree 100% with Joel's decision. If you don't have kids, having kids can blind you, in a manner of speaking. If you don't have kids, sure, you'll probably disagree with Joel's. It's like you want the future, but then there's no guarantee that it would work. So, and at the same time, how would you test it? You would have to have people sacrificing themselves. A lot of the argument is that they never actually gave Ellie a chance to decide on her own. They just knocked her unconscious, put her into surgery with no questions, no thoughts, no nothing. Just here you go. She wasn't given the opportunity. She wasn't given the opportunity to agree or disagree. It was done for her, and Joel made that decision for him, for her, to have a life, to have a future, whether you agree with it or not. But that's a whole different discussion. Fantastic season, fantastic episode again, which leads the discussion to season 2 and how that is going to be handled. If they do not understand that they're going to have to make some changes with season 2, then they're not able to read the room whatsoever. There's a lot of fans that did not like how The Last of Us 2 went down, how everything played out. And after seeing the stories and after seeing this, I have a tendency to agree with the I guess disgruntled opinions on Joel's death in the second one. Oh, if you didn't know, Joel's going to die next season. Everyone knows this. Everyone who follows the game knows this. There is no other way around it. They're going to have to change how it happens. Little tweak here and there. Maybe not follow the same story beats, not follow the same story progression as the game, but the same outcome will inevitably have to be there. Oddly enough, if Craig still has control and Neil Druckmann gets his pretentious head out of his ass and reads the room a lot better, I think season 2 will be fantastic, because if there is any sort of sniff that it's going to follow the same story beats as the game, people are going to tune out quick, fast, and in a hurry. No questions. I'm actually looking forward to season 2. This was a fantastic season. I hope, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you made it this far, why on earth if you haven't watched it? Anyway, that's all I've got on this one. Again, join us on Tuesday nights, Dumpster Fireside Chat, live chat on this channel. We're going to be doing it every Tuesdays around 8 p.m. Central. Hope to see you there. Thank you. Good night.